Welcome, 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 trivalent beings of spirit, mind, and body. Time for the Ask Doc Alkebulanese Solution Show, sponsored by Prometheus Reborn Universal Foundation, also known as Proof. Its mission is to spread the trivalent understanding noetics, featuring stand-up philosophy that includes anthropology, psychology, biology, metaphysics, medicine, psychodrama, comedy, and music through a genre called edutainment, educating while entertaining, coined by KRS-One. The host of this wonderful show is Dr. Kwaku L. Carlisle Woods, RN, MD, MED1, and myself, co-host, Dr. Hamida Rockman Woods, MED, PhD, MED2. Aquaba. Well, I have the PH.
I have the M. We both have D's. That makes us Doc Squared.
The title of today's show is Who is American?
Aha! We're going to get into that in just a minute, but first, the Hip Hop Trio plus the edutainment experience machine.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, that looks so good. We look nice right there. We really do. Hot dog. We're doing some stuff with our representatives in Ghana and the Philippines. Jim is just killing us over there in the Philippines.
Excellent.
South America, we got Oren doing all sorts of other stuff. And here in the United States of America, we got a Columbus show, a Columbus edutainment experience that I am titled Return to Sender with Postage Due.
Return to Sender.
Yeah. Address unknown. No such number. No such zone.
Woo!
Because the people in Alkebulanese who sent us here are getting us back. And postage due, we call reparations. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, but it is a financial and educational repayment for services already rendered.
I see.
We're also going to hold concerts. I'm looking to get them sponsored by the Roman Catholic Church, where everybody who comes gets a prize. Music, dance, meditation, and mindfulness. All of those are the things that we, as edutainers, give out to our audiences.
I'd like to add that we have an online course 1 that's coming soon, and we will let you know as soon as it is up and running.
Woo.
It's almost there, y'all.
It is. More about this later, much more. But I'd like to consider for a moment the position of our nation and, unfortunately, much of humanity. Here we are, not united in brother
Imagine that.
sisterhood,
Yes.
as we should be. Nor are we generally involved in much happening outside our rather limited reality. But I'm here to tell you that right now, this point in the history of humanity is perhaps what all the rest of the history comes down to.
Imagine that.
This. Right now.
Number 2.
Absolutely. You see, we got a nation that's being led by a person who does not understand patriotism,
Imagine that too.
heroism, or empathetic awareness. He has said when he was visiting World War II memorials in Europe, why did they do that? What was in it for them?
Imagine it.
Why did they sacrifice? He doesn't understand anything like that. His first action after he became president was an executive order to end birthright citizenship.
Imagine that, y'all.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Our nation, our leader does. No, yeah, I like reading that. That was kind of spiffy. Okay. There we go. Give me what I want or the old man gets it. And you could have just said the nation. You didn't have to say the U.S. economy. He is threatening everything. But the first thing he threatened was birthright citizenship.
Yes, imagine that.
No constitution says what makes you American. Through all legislative rulings, all of them states we are Americans, dear. No matter your parents' citizenship, no matter your race, creed, or color, no matter your religious or spiritual preference. Line 44.5 says, no! He wants other standards to dictate citizenship and specifically the right to vote. Now, you may not realize it, but that's the bottom and top line right there.
We want to share with you that voting rights was signed by President
LBJ.
Yes.
In 1965.
That's right.
It was actually started by Kennedy, but one of LBJ's promises to America and to himself was that all the stuff that Kennedy started, he was going to finish. And he basically did.
Yes.
He truly did. Okay. So, bottom line. America, land of democracy, freedom, brotherhood, etc., etc. Admitted all of humanity partake in America.
Let's go to 6.
Hint, most of humanity is not pink. Pink is a recessive color. So most of the people who come here will not be pink. Line 44.5, discussing immigrants from shithole countries. Every one of them that he named shithole was Alkebulanese. And he requested for more immigrants from Northern Europe, specifically Sweden and Denmark. And you can't get no pinker than that. This aided by a 0.8 birth rate. That means that for every pink person that dies, only 0.8 of a person is born. A couple of them got to die for you to get a whole person back in, which means their rate, their percentage, their amount in this country is decreasing steadily. And it has nothing to do with anything except what they are doing. It means that very soon, maybe very, very soon, pink people will be outnumbered, outvoted, and overcome. Now, I add one additional piece of information to this. According to the book that I refer to almost all the time, DNA USA, which Oxford students of people, population, and professors in that same area all came to the United States and they started doing DNA analysis of Americans. They analyzed several thousand and came up with two very, very interesting results that I guarantee you have not heard. Result number one, I've already told you, pink people are losing numbers. Their numbers are shrinking and shrinking steadily and have been for about 100 years. The other thing is the fact that every pink person that is from a southern state was not pink. Every pink person, a person who thought they were pink, whose family was quote unquote pink, who had lived in pink neighborhoods and had been raised in the pink culture, is actually not pink. They are all hybrids. They all have Alkebulanese genes. And they all think, move, and act so much better than their pure pink brethren. And we'll get into why in just a moment. Again, it means that very soon, maybe very, very soon, pink people will be outnumbered, outvoted, and overcome. This may be started this next November. Let's see. Okay, that's the bottom line. Here is the top line. Pink people feel a sense of loss if they feel they have not lived up to expectations of superiority that their language and culture teach them. Again, English is racist. What's the brother's name?
O.C. Davis.
O.C. Davis, okay. Said there are 325 synonyms for white in the Oxford Webster Dictionary. Almost all of them are positive, such as pure, spiritual, engaging, uplifting. There are 261 synonyms for black. Among them are evil, untrustworthy, lying. Almost every one of them are negative. O.C. Davis, who as an actor and a director and spoken word artist, says, which I earn my living teaches me to hate myself. But we have had at least 3 different researchers that showed the exact same thing. Preschool children in America have absorbed English. And that absorption of English means that they think white is good and right and upright and upstanding and all those things that white has definitions for, and black is everything bad. Again, one of the first things, thank you, Miss Temple, I did as a teenager was learn other languages. My first language was Latin, so I can understand Spanish and French, in addition to English and German. But other languages teach you other things. English teaches you racism. Okay. Now, pink people feel a sense of loss if they have not lived up to expectations of superiority that their language and culture teaches them. Reality provides them that reality every day. And so they create means and methods to control/influence outcomes. That means elections. That they fear means loss of control, loss of income, loss of relationship, loss of status, loss of you name it. But thankfully, right now, the Most High has decided to reveal not only the fallacies pink people are trying to construct, but their inherent ignorance of their own stupidity. Now, let me define again. Ignorance means not understanding. Stupid means not wanting to understand. And pink people have been afflicted with ignorance and stupidity for most of their existence. No lie. Now, I started all this with our pink president saying being born in this country shouldn't make you a citizen. Well, right now, or really about 72 to 100 hours ago, that same president called the head of the International Soccer Commission. Remember, the head of the International Soccer Commission was the one that gave him this Peace Prize when he couldn't get the real one. He couldn't get the Nobel, so this International Soccer president gave him their International Soccer Peace Prize. Well, it seems that this American soccer player,
imagine that,
had been suspended for a foul and could not play in the crucial upcoming World Soccer League tournament. They call him Foley. Folarin Balogun. Okay. Now, he was suspended for a foul and could not play in the crucial tournament game. Line 44.5 asked if this player, who broke the record for goals scored by an American soccer player, could be reevaluated for the suspension and allowed to play for the land of his birth, the United States of America. Within a short time, the suspension was lifted in the soccer league. The opponent and the fans all went wild because never had such a thing ever been done. It was unbelievable. Well, here's the kicker. That soccer player was born in New York, but his parents were Nigerian, only visiting America while his pregnant mother started going through birth pains as they were waiting to leave the country. The airlines refused to put her on the plane that was going to England because she was having contractions, and she actually was sent by ambulance to the hospital and delivered Foley. Now, within a short time after Line 44.5 talked to the president, he was relieved from his suspension. He was born in New York City, United States, but moved to England as an infant. He chose to ignore England and Nigeria, the place where his parents were born, to play for the United States of America.
Hey, OG.
OG Shankster! What's up, my brother? That's the Jeezy. That's the Jeezy Poo. One of the original founders of global entertainment. Yes, indeed. Okay, within a short time, the suspension was lifted. And the soccer league, the opponent and the fans again went wild. Never have done such a thing ever. Well, here's the kicker. He chose to ignore England and Nigeria to play for the United States. And to cap the kicker off, Line 44.5, when asked about his manipulation and intrusion into athletics and sport, calmly depicted and described a brief conversation he had with the soccer league president. This the one who gave him the Peace Award earlier this year in January. And he stated after the conversation and review, they changed their game suspension. Now, he gave all of this out to reporters who were very curious about it. And then, immediately after the statement that Line 44.5 proved his nickname by declaring, quote, "I had nothing to do with their decision. Line 45, according to OG Shankster." Yes, that's what I just said, and that's what he just proved. In one statement, he said he did something that made them change their mind, and then in the next statement said he had nothing to do with them changing their mind. Really? Well, He's line 44.5. And I don't, he's not line 45. OG said he's line 45. No, he is not. He's line 44.5. 45 is the presidency that he holds. But he said years ago, I don't want to look too deeply inside myself because I may not like what I find there. He knows he's not any good. He knows he's a lying piece of bourgeois. He understands all of his shortcomings. He doesn't care. That doesn't make him a whole person. And that cannot make him a whole president. That's why he's 44.5. Okay? That's what I'm going to call him because that's what he is. And he shows it up every day.
Ashe.
Every day. Okay. That is where and when we are in this country.
Yes.
I had nothing to do with their decision after telling us what he had to do in their decision. Yeah. Had nothing to do with their statement. Make a statement, then lie about its effects, and you don't uncitizen a birthright citizen when they are better at a skill, ability, or culturally uplifting practice. He came into office talking about taking the citizenship away from people just like the soccer player that he switched the league's decision on. So that's where we are, y'all. So let's go there. From here, and where is there? How we know we get there? Not yet. We're going to get there in just a minute. But that is line 44.5 being line 44.5. Unfortunately, he is also being the president of the United States of America. That is where and when we are in this country that combines all humanities into one people, one purpose, one progress. Forward. Now, hold on. This is where we have been set. This is where God wants his chosen people to discover that they are God's chosen people. The science from Germany, backed up by the same science from Denmark and England, say that we are the descendants of God's chosen people. We have to go through this stuff. This is the world we live in. But we're going to sing you a song about that. You know our song. But before we do that, listen. Listening means you take the sounds that come into your ears and make pictures about what they mean. That is listening. And that's what I want you to do as you listen to this song called This Is the World We Live In. It is.
We had to do. Beg the Most High to come back so that we can serve and fulfill what we said we here to do. But no, life isn't easy like that. We came into this world with a bunch of challenges, but luckily enough, the Most High got us blessed, giving us a grace that we naturally possess. So why do we sit around acting like we don't? Got so many gifts that we naturally own. We get here for greater things, we can feel it in the soul. Gotta go deep, gotta search the unknown. This is the world we
Well, I got a few questions, cause I really get guessing. What would you do if you really knew you? We're on a mission.
Teaching you to listen.
Make images of what you hear.
Listening's a spirit.
Not mine.
It hears it, forgot what I feel.
Not near.
To the power of you, release. This is the world we live in. You can choose to transcend it. This is the world we live in. You can choose to transcend it. You can choose.
Yeah.
You can choose
To transcend it. Transcend with appreciation.
You can choose
to transcend it. Transcend it with love. You can choose to transcend it. Transcend it with your faith.
You can
choose to transcend it. We'll do it. We'll do it some kind of way. All right, y'all. This is the world we live in, and we are in this world so that we can learn. This world is different from the next world. The next world doesn't have past, present, and future. Everything is now. This world has past, present, and future. Learning means that you practice what you understand until it becomes part of you. And that takes time. It takes the passage of time. You cannot learn anything in the next reality that the Khan call a wuo. There's no time. You can only learn something here. And that's why we are here. So let's go there. From here. And where is there?
Imagine that.
How will we know when we get there? Okay. There at least starts with education, as you specifically have been denied. That from the origins of this country, we have been denied education. Why do we not require any education? Why? Because history, science, arts, etc., all started with Alkebulanese, not Europeans. So no, they could not take you back in it because they'd be reciting you to you. The people they said weren't even human. It starts, to get there, you start with compulsory trivalent understanding noetic-based education that gives new images for yourself, your history, your spirit, ancestry, science, meditation or mindfulness, as well as tools for meta status, and who shall be appointed stewards and caretakers, responsible and assuring. Lastly, to get there, you must be compensated.
Imagine that.
As your forefathers and foremothers were compensated when they left Egypt. When they left Egypt, they were given gold, silver, jewels, all sorts of really expensive clothing and stuff as payment for the brick making and pyramid building, in addition to the agricultural services they provided for Egypt. They were paid. It was back pay. It was reparations. Same ones we're waiting on right now. You must be compensated as your forefathers and foremothers were compensated when they left Egypt. Their compensation should be based on how far back in time in America your family line can be traced. That's going to dictate how much time you have contributed to the building of this nation and what resources your ancestors used to create this thing called America. The gross national product, GNP, should be the basis for all financial compensation. This annual figure should be used, and a percentage will be multiplied by the generations of service that your ancestors spent in creating America. I sincerely believe that no group, race, or culture has given more time, energy, labor, lives, or family to the creation of this nation than our ancestors and lineage. If you decide that countries, or land in general, can actually be owned rather than simply used as God, nature, and the Native Americans believed, then that ownership should reside with the persons who had paid the highest price. Anybody believe that? Look at that. O.G. Shanks said, I've been cut off the phone. But he also says, I love this is the world we live in. So do I. So do I.
And thank you to the viewers that we do not see you, but we feel you there.
Yes, we do.
Appreciate your support.
Reside with the persons who have paid the highest price. Our ancestors gave themselves, their history, their culture, their religion, spirituality, families, offspring, desires, needs, faith, and lives to create, uphold, and protect this nation. No one has given as much, and none have given more.
Imagine that.
And what have we received as a reward for our services? What were we given? Lies, degradation, fear, lynchings, hate, rape, ignorance of our own history and family lineage, and finally, hate for what we are that pink people are not.
Imagine
They're
that.
not as athletic. They're not as resilient. They are not as flexible. They're not as anything as we are. And again, that's because we are hybrids that the Most High had planned to create from the first human beings. And the primary benefit we have received is tolerance, resilience, understanding, and knowledge that our own faith in a power higher than any human can achieve is warranted and remarkable. It's not only going to carry us through, but will elevate us above all humanity as we understand the benefits and blessings we received as chosen by God to endure the crushing ego force of dehumanizing treatment at the hands of pink people and even our own selves. Because when you're told lies and stupidity about your origins, you can't consider yourself in a graceful or truthful light. It's hard, if not impossible, to love someone who has never learned to love themselves. And strangely enough, oh Jeezy could be talking about, I love the world we live in. Well, I don't know if you love the next song or not, because you sing it. How do we love someone who has never learned to love themselves? Me, him, Miles Alexander Keaton Smith, and McKinley Tate III put this thing together. Listen to how do you love someone who has never learned to love themselves.
every time you try to give part of the heart, it seems to disappear. Because the first rule in life is you gotta be able to love yourself to love anyone else. You know what I'm saying?
How do you love someone who doesn't love themselves? How do you love someone who's loving someone else? How do you love someone without loving yourself? How do you love?
Have you ever been in love with the thought of being engaged with a perfect picture you painted in your mind of how it's supposed to be? I can't explain the delusions of false intentions you mentioned. Your body language keep flinching when you get close to me. You said you love me, your heart is totally disfigured, trapping all of these pictures you got hanging in your gallery. I taste the blood in your fears, strain through the mud of your tears that keeps on falling through the pain of our telepathy. Although you try to deny it, burn through the flames of the fire. You keep displaying you've been hurting your relationship. You keep repeating these cycles cause you refuse to be idle, changing the words in this Bible that you've been stationed with. You keep on running and falling down to the pavement and crawling, life's been okay. You can't tell me what you're looking for. You find it harder to breathe, gasping for air on your knees, hide from them steps in the seas that you've been reaping from.
Love someone who doesn't love themselves? How do you love someone who's loving someone else? How do you love someone without loving yourself? How do you love?
It's hard to breathe when you're smothered with self-decisions you built without repercussions from facing the music that's pounding as we speak. What if I told you I couldn't shake the positions of causing mental collisions of two people trying to cross the street? Just pay attention, I'm speaking verbal dimensions, contemplating your sentence without talking when I'm trying to teach. I'm not a preacher, my church is only a building with ragged holes in the ceiling that keeps leaking when I'm trying to eat. Now even though I've been trash smashed through the sparkling glass, I felt your message when you sprayed them in my damaged halls. I've been condemned ever since, finding the words to repent. Father, forgive me cause I'm trapped in these abandoned walls. I'm trying my best to break free, changing the page in these streets that keeps on turning, but the chapter never seems to change. It's like my life is on hold, torn to the depths of my soul that keeps me reaching every time I hear you call my name.
Love someone who doesn't love themselves? How do you love someone who's loving someone else? How do you love someone without loving yourself? How do you love? I remember back in the days when love wasn't just a game we used to play. We had teachings on these feelings with a natural respect for the love and living. Peace and harmony between two entities, high on frequency, feel the energy pulling you here. Yeah. And now since you're here, let me guide you to a better place, cause it's inside you. You gotta have faith and take my hand, baby. Now tell me, have you loved yourself lately? You gotta believe that we can achieve anything can be under G-O-D. Love is hell, so come and love yourself. How do you love someone who doesn't love themselves? How do you love someone who's loving someone else? How do you love someone without loving yourself? How do you love?
No matter what you're going through in life, I want you to always remember that I love you. There's no greater love that lives deep down inside you. Remember, I love you. Just wrap your arms around yourself and hold yourself tight and say, I love you. You must first love yourself before you can love anyone else. I love you. Just take a look in the mirror and embrace yourself with the love God gave you. I love you. Turn to your neighbor, your sister, your brother, and tell them out loud, I love you. Scream to the top of the hills and over the water so God can hear you. And scream out loud to your brothers and your sisters and embrace the love that God gave you. And say, I love you.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Now, you may love, this is the world we live in, Jeezy. I love that.
Yes.
But then, I love just about everything we did. Because I thought it was nice. Okay. So, what is now available to get us there? Ever heard of Jubilees? Check out last week's show to learn more about that. But Jubilee's purpose is to short circuit the accumulation of worry, debt, fear, and anxiety. It's a drop all burdens time set up by Israel to restart the lives you are already living, so you can more easily travel from here, that's worry, fear, anxiety, ignorance, debt, and loneliness, to there. Peace, hope, appreciation, love, and gratitude. We are here because of the ignorance, immaturity, ego-bound insecurity that pink people have because they're pink people. And only 35 to 50,000 years
Imagine that.
mature. While humanity itself, that means all non-pink people, are 400,000 to 600,000 years old. And the civilizations and empires and cultures created by our ancestors reflect the understanding and maturity of a much older culture than any derived from Europe's tribal conquest. Again, immaturity is a reflection of the shorter time pink people have existed. They've had no time. Again, this place called Earth, this reality, is about time. Past, present, future. The next one we go to is not about that. That's why in grade school, they rarely, even ever, went through a history book from its beginning through time to the present. And I thought this as a child coming up, they'd say, turn to page whatever. Turn to, go to chapter and whatever. Now, instead, we were fed a collection of European conflicts, wars, plagues, and colonization of older, more mature cultures. I often wondered as a young student why we go to specific sections of chapters or books rather than, as my mother taught me, start with the covers. Read the covers first, front and back, inside and outside covers. Then start the book from the beginning and read it to the end. I never noted that this was primarily in history, but less in science, arts, and language. It seems that the schools in the United States had a specific agenda for education that purposefully avoided the time prior to the rise of Europe. Now, I am a responsibility to a large degree on Elizabeth Lloyd Martin Woods. All my uncles told me I have the last name Woods, but I'm a Martin. My mother trained me from birth. She trained me in nursing principles, anatomy and physiology, and psychology from being born. As she was breastfeeding me, she was reading me from anatomy and physiology books or psychology books or nursing handbooks. And she was explaining all illustrations to me, and I thought this was what this world was about. You get fed, nourished nutritionally, and you get information put into your mind. My mother taught me to read. By the time I was 2 or 3, I could read. I was the youngest person ever to get a library card in St. Louis Public Library. Absolutely. But it also set me up for some really kind of messed up times when I would go to school. Because when I would go to school, of course, in the first class, they usually handed you a book. A book for that class. As soon as they handed me a book, I read the cover, front and back. And as soon as I took it home, I read the book from beginning to end. This never took more than a day or so. So by the time I had been in school the first week, I had read all the books for all the courses that I was taking. And I knew, understood, and could recite for you all of the stuff that the books brought up as important points to remember and use. That's how I was trained as a child. And I wondered why America did not follow that agenda. But again, it seems that schools in the United States had a specific agenda for education that purposely avoided the time prior to the rise of Europe. They then fed us the European rise and colonization of most of the world as the ultimate rise of the best of mankind, when all of life, science, and history have said again and again that adding any one thing to another always adds beneficial traits, gifts, and abilities. The strongest, smartest, most resilient anything gets better when you blend it with characteristics and abilities that the primary being does not possess. Everything we use in agriculture, in raising animals or crops, we use hybrids for, because we learned centuries ago that hybrids are better than any one pure strain. America has created us. We are the ultimate human hybrid. We have Alkebulanese, Asia, Europe, Native America, everything in us. And we're the only people that do. We are what God has been aiming for since he first put the very first human being here on this planet, in Alkebulanese. He's been aiming to create us.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, they.
Yeah.
It is a he and a she. As they told us, we are going to do this. We are, yeah.
All the time.
All the time, constantly. These are things that pink people have understood, at least on one level. They have never or seldom ever practiced. They understood, as revealed by the Roman Catholic Church, that the first people were Alkebulanese. They understood that the person they were supposed to be worshiping, Yeshua ben Joseph, they called him Jesus of Nazareth, wasn't pink. Neither were his followers. You have to remember, Yeshua ben Joseph lived most of his life in Alkebulanese. When he was less than a week old, his family left Bethlehem and took him to Egypt, Kemet, right on the eastern border of the place that the Europeans call Africa. Alkebulanese was the original name for it. Okay. It is no accident that this all happened. It's no accident that it was meant to happen. We were supposed to go through the trials and tribulations of slavery in order to come out better beings. Again, go to Deuteronomy 28th chapter, where God is telling Moses all of this is going to happen, and we are going to be taken here and go through the thing called slavery for 400 years. God knew this. God planned this. God wanted this. And God said, when they finally do remember who they are and whose they are, Moses, I want you to give them a song. Because God knew the power that music has in moving our spirits and our minds. But listening to the lies and just outright historical assassination We are not supposed to understand who we are, that we're the chosen of God. But that's exactly what pink people have been trying to do, and to make sure we don't realize we are the chosen of God. Think about that for a second. Pink people for 400 years has as its main objective to stop us from remembering we are the chosen of God. Where's that put them? Well, I don't know. That's up to God to decide, but I know where it puts us. It puts us as hostages.
Imagine that.
To the bullshit that they have been put out. Now, we are changing bullshit to bullshit, and we got a song that explains it every bit in just one moment. As we give you the hip hop trio doing Hostage to Your Bullshit.
We have been taught to live without understanding of ourselves, and instead we have been fed bullshit. Jit, definition, a way of considering reality only through your own living feelings and viewpoint. Bullshit, a jit view of reality that basically ignores history, biology, anthropology, most science, and humanity in general. We are all infected and infested with this toxic bullshit. It stains our lives and lowers our self-expectations. Let's get the cure. Trivalent understanding noetics. Trivalent spirit, trivalent mind, trivalent body. Otherwise, we are hostage to that bullshit. Come on.
Hostage to your bullshit. Hostage to your bullshit.
I can't see the me I be.
Hostage to your bullshit. Ignorance framed as stupidity. Hostage to your bullshit. So afraid that the truth gets spread. Hostage to your bullshit.
History is what he said.
Hostage to your bullshit.
But we survive, we stay alive, and still we drive, but yet we always cry. We had to try to find a path through trying times. Our best solution is trivalent
No hostage to their bullshit. No hostage to their bullshit.
Takes back my name, my history.
No hostage to their bullshit. See the blessings of slavery. No hostage to their bullshit. High be praised and the ancestors blessed. No hostage to their bullshit.
Spiritual vision sees the best.
No hostage to their bullshit. Let no one's images cloud our way. Time beats now for another day.
It's just now time. What do you say?
What do you say? What do you say?
Are you gonna go their way or find another day?
No hostage to that bullshit. No hostage to that bullshit.
Trivalent beings, we are free.
No hostage to that bullshit.
Spirit, mind, and body.
No hostage to that bullshit.
Absolutely. Once you become trivalent, You are no longer hostage. Trivalency provides the key that unlocks the manacles and sets you free. It is no accident that one of the first things God did with the humanity he/she created was to blend it with the sons of God to create the hybrids known as the Nephilim. Creating the correct hybrid with humanity was God's purpose in creating us in the first place. God created human beings so he could hybridize them into us. And God kept telling all of Israel that we don't want you blending with other people. We don't want you messing around with other people. No, you're my special people and my select people, and I'll tell you, that's what a geneticist does. Pink people don't want to understand our history, our science, or our destiny. Since our history is longer, older, and more enabling, our science tells us that any hybrid is better than any of the individual pieces they are composed of. Our destiny is to usher humanity into the next stage of evolution of the human species, when the trivalent understanding noetics teaches the full range of human purpose, ability, and responsibility. The past is the past. The past is the path taken from then to now, from here to there, from ancestors to offspring. I believe God designed us to be right here, right now, so humanity can grow in understanding, learning, and responsibility for this reality and ourselves as Americans, human beings, earthlings, and overall, simply as life created by God for the purpose of this reality's existence and growth. Okay, we got any questions, y'all?
Well, it is 9:02 right now, so we want to make sure that we mention our fundraiser.
Yes, come on.
Imagine that.
Fundraiser, imagine that. The thing Tom sends us. Oh,
Number
okay.
16, it should be the very last slide.
She's got it. That's it.
All righty. So, Prometheus Universal Foundation, known as Proof, is having a fundraising campaign. The product is Cell Shield.
It's a radiation reducer. It reduces radiation from all electronic gadgets, and everybody needs that.
We use this same product on our computer. So it's something that we are using. Like my husband just said, for the computer. You could also get it for your cell phone. Any
laptop.
Yeah. TV.
TV, yeah, you can do that too.
It all depends on how big the screen is. But yes. So you can contact us if you would like to participate in supporting us. 216-375-2741.
Or if you just want to shield yourself from radiation, come on now. Everybody goes around, at least, especially the young, with a cell phone in front of their face, bombarding their head, their brain, their mind with radiation. That's ridiculous. Okay, but that being the case, we can stop that.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We are now 9:04. It's time for us to say
peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all. Which stands for proper education. Always corrects error every time.
Yes.
We
love you all.
Well, I am tired a little bit differently. I'm dressed as Baba Amwa. If you would like more, oh, you made it to the end of the video. Well, I am tired a little bit differently. I'm dressed as Baba Amwa. If you would like more of your own understanding, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And go to the sites that we have listed around us. The Most High is good.
And the ancestors are kind.
Thanks
For having us on your mind.